Okay, so another essence I'd love to talk about is the works, and that is our existential rescue. What we see with a lot of these young indigo types is that they're very connected upstairs, very close connection with spirit. What is terrifying for them, so they consequently they don't have a fear of the afterlife, or they know what's up there. They're not afraid of dying. What they're really afraid of is living here in a hostile, inhospitable world.
Yes.
So, and what we're seeing now are really, you know, extraordinarily accelerated rates of suicide in particularly young males. So this essence is to help kids when they come to that point of just wanting to check out. It helps to remind them why they came here in the first place, and it helps to show them what they need in order to carry on. And my one story about the works is that when a child took it, and that night he had a dream, and in the dream he found himself in this horrible alien place. He didn't recognize anything, and it was dark and ugly and, you know, full of stones and rocks. And he started walking, and he found a path, and the path took him up, started to take him up a hill, and as it climbed the hill, there he started to have, you know, plants and foliage and greenery. And then the path took him into a cave, and he followed it into the cave, and he said, and in the cave, Jesus Christ was writing a message for him on the wall. Of course, we all said, what was the message? He said, oh, I can't remember. But we had another lady hold that bottle, and she had an almost exactly the same. Her story was that likewise she found herself in a place she didn't recognize and didn't feel comfortable in. She found a path, and she followed the path, and it took her to a table. And on the table were symbols, and these symbols told her what she had to do with her life, why she came here, how she would move on. So that is for a place of impasse, you know, where you just, and it's a place that more and more teenage kids are getting to, where they just withdraw completely. They go, it's not, the arguments are over, the shouting and screaming is over, and there's a place of, you could say, deathly silence, and that where's no communication, and it's a very scary place for parents and, you know, obviously for kids. And sometimes we've had several instances of parents saying, you know, their child is in this state, now what can they do? And because normally we recommend that children choose the essences themselves, obviously they couldn't in that particular situation. So I recommend that they get the works and spray it around the house. And that once you release an essence in the house, it changes the energy, and the energy starts to move on. And we've had several instances. What will happen after that, of course, is that you'll go into another remedy picture more than likely. Because what closed the child down in the first place has got to come out. And there has to be dialogue, and there has to be, I suppose you could say, resolution to a certain extent. But there's something, the works is not an end point.
No.
It's the beginning of something. That essence will bring you to the thing that you need.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.